It's easy to see when you look at me. This black It's easy to see when you look at me. This black cat ain't just backing down. One thing, homie, if you don't know me, SEO, I'ma always hold the crown. You're trying to play clean, just leave the scene. It ain't too late, better pack it up. You just gotta ask if you don't know me. Just know one thing, I ain't backing down. Any living thing that cannot coexist must cease to exist. It's a rap, yeah, that's it. Got a lot of tough talk for someone still on that government cheese. You still ain't got what you need. I think you done went crazy. I let your ass into my world and you popped up just like a daisy. Gave you a hand up instead of a handout. You must be sober and bored, looking for some clout. Every time you go to your little crew, you block me just like a little punk. Dude, you still ain't even manned up. Mad about some fucking timestamps? Dude, shut the fuck up, you fucking dweeb. All you do is rank them long tail keywords. I know this must be a prank. That's why you been labeled spam king of the year. No worries, cause a real black cat is here. It's easy to see when you look at me. This black cat ain't just backing down. One thing, homie, if you don't know me, SEO, I'ma always hold the crown. You're trying to play clean, just leave the scene. It ain't too late, better pack it up. You just gotta ask if you don't know me. Just know one thing, I ain't backing down. I come at you with my black hat and shovel in my hand like the Grim Reaper to bury your ass. I size your body up and put some white chalk around it. Yeah, now let's talk about being grounded. You bitch about me, stealing your method when your dumb ass just gives it away. If it not, use a Pop-Tart, sweetheart, you're soft in the middle. So stop acting hard, cause you weak and you brittle. I'll eat your hate for breakfast, now that's a good start. You have no history and you ain't even smart. You never ranked anything of value, nothing, never. So stop fronting, man, you ain't even clever. I put you out there and now you think you a big shot. Remember where you come from in case you forgot. What's given can be taken away. I ain't mad at you, I'm logging out, have a nice day. It's easy to see when you look at me. This black cat ain't just backing down. One thing, homie, if you don't know me, SEO, I'ma always hold the crown. You're trying to play clean, just leave the scene. It ain't too late, better pack it up. You just gotta ask if you don't know me. Just know one thing, I ain't backing down.
Hey guys, we got Matt with us here today. We're going to go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second. Hey Matt, how you doing?
William, fantastic, man. How are you?
Doing good, buddy. You looking all spiffy.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Where you been? What you been up to?
Oh, just busy as all get up, man. Busy as all get up. Getting ready for the 12th Rank More Clients Challenge, and yeah, man, just busy coaching students, ranking lead gen sites.
And y'all have a baby on the way, right?
I threw a GMB up at my house just as like an experiment. Like everybody should have a GMB at their house. Like if you don't have a GMB at your house, you're literally missing out on like the easiest income ever. Like you can get that thing verified so easily. And I mean, it's not like it's making huge money or anything, but like I threw one up at my house and it's making like a few $100s a month. I mean, lead a day or something. It's not, life-changing money, but like, let's face it, $300 a month. I mean, you buy a nice meal or two. Not bad.
I remember when I was in network marketing, they used to say, how would $200 extra a month help you? Because if you say $200 a month, most people, no big deal. Extra. Exactly. Most people can't get any extra money, much less $100, $200 is helps someone out. Usually, bills, gas.
I got thousands of these listings. But like, if I wanted to do, I tell people like, if you don't have one at your house, get one at your house. Use it for practice, right? Use it to prove to yourself that this stuff works. And then once you know it works, then go make another one, and then go make 10, and then go make 100. And now you actually start getting some meaningful income going on, right? One is who cares, but yeah, man. So just busy. Our lead network is just flying, man. That thing has really grown a lot, I think, since we talked last. And so we've
Yep.
got lots of buyers in the U.S. for all kinds of different home services. And yeah, it's good, man. Things are good. What about you?
Yeah, same old, same old. We mainly, you know, we were traveling a little bit and go back and forth, and then we went. I forget where we went now. Do so much of it, but stay with my daughter for a bit. My daughter's actually coming here to be with us for a bit, and I'm gonna be teaching them web design and some other things. Trying to keep it in the family per se. My son, my
Nice.
2 daughters will learn, and having one of my oldest. I have one VA officially. The rest of them, they're all our employees, but my one oldest VA, he's been with me for over a decade, and he's coming here to do hands-on teaching and stuff. So
Nice.
got a little bit of that going on, and that's about it. Really getting ready for the conference here in September. You know, lots of doing interviews, kind of coming off my sabbatical. Been posting a hell of a lot more than I was because I kind of just took a break from it all. Now I'm coming back at it hard. Chris has an event out in, what is it, in August? So, you know, I might go out there. We'll see. It's just a matter of, you know, it'd be first time back in the
A little
States.
bit of travel.
Yeah, it'd be a first time back in the States in like 5+ years or whatever. So,
Wow. Yeah, but I would have loved to have come out to the event out there, but we got another baby on the way in about a month, or at least due date in about a month. So we're busy around here, and it'll only get busier. So
yes, like my daughter, she's coming. She just, while we went to visitors, we got back from Saudi. We went to Mecca, and got back. She had already had this would be our second grandchild. So it's a baby boy. So
nice.
But so a little bit of everything. Now, if y'all guys have any GMB questions, feel free to ask away. Of course, you got Matt here, you got me here. We'll talk about GMD all the time because that's pretty much all you deal with. I'm going to assume you don't do any affiliate work, stuff like that.
Been my entire business for a while now. I mean, that's where the calls come from, and businesses want calls, so they want calls. We can be just happy to sell. So that's I find very fruit. Quite frankly, most businesses still don't understand how to really generate calls locally. And I feel like a lot of agencies just have gotten so beat up over GMBs and trying to get results for their clients, or trying to keep the listings up, you know, and verified and avoid suspensions, that they've either just kind of chalked it up to like, well, we're not going to do that much with GMBs because it's, you know, it's hard to get them, hard to keep them. And a lot of them don't delve into lead generation for the same reasons. But like what I've discovered is the real work now is in getting them verified. Once you get them verified, it's the easiest thing ever to rank them. Like ranking is so much easier because so many fewer people are actually getting the listings even live, right? Even real businesses can't even get them live. Like they're having problems. So if you can just get them live, like the rankings come so much easier. Like, I don't know if you've seen the same thing, but it just seems like to me, once you're in the game, then it's like so much easier. The herd has been thinned. It's just like, you still got to put some effort in, of course. But I look at it as kind of like the wild, you know, kind of like the good old days, right? Where you used to just do these little tactics. I mean, nowadays you get some reviews to a listing, maybe a couple of things. I mean, you're gonna be moving up the rankings pretty quick.
Yeah. What about are you seeing the same thing with brand new GMBs as well? We do GMB verification as well. So I mean, you know, we're actually we'll be teaching a class on Friday specifically about giving 3 GMB verification methods and stuff. So there's a lot of different methods out there right now.
So much money to be made. All right. We just signed a buyer of leads. I don't know exactly what this company makes. Maybe it's 50 million, maybe it's 100 million. I don't know exactly. But we work with a competitor of theirs who's a $2 billion a year company in home services. And like, they're just begging for leads. Like, they will pay, and they'll pay really well and they already do paid, and they already do their own SEO. But like, guess how many GMVs they have? One. The corporate headquarters, one. And the other company, it's a $2 billion a year company, they got less than a couple dozen. So if you just think about how many states, like this one buyer, they serve like 5 states, the other one serves about 20 states. No, 25 states. You look at how many markets there are where you could be ranking that they're not in.
And money's not an issue for them, and usually that's the issue. Most people say, "Oh, I can't get that many GMBs because of this, because of that, or addresses."
There's always an excuse.
It's always some stupid good excuse.
But yeah, if there's an excuse, then you're not gonna get the results. So yeah, it just I'm excited. I've been in this world for a long time, but like right now is really like the best time.
So what you're telling me is AI hasn't scared the shit out of you like everybody else. Everybody's oh my god, SEO's over, GMBs are going away, and blah 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 blah. Like you're watching freaking Charlie Brown.
Y2K all over again.
Yeah,
right? The world's gonna end.
It's like to me, SEO is the same old.
But
yeah, it's changing, but it should.
People
in my
still
opinion,
need local service.
easier.
People, here's the way I look at it. People need services locally, especially, right? Like I finished building my house last year, and we got a yard in kind of late in the year, so like we really didn't have to do much to the yard last year because like the sod was, you know, we had somebody come mow it a couple times, but like it really, the rest of the effort was all on like the landscaping work, not so much the grass. Well, winter was a little hard on the grass, and there's some pests and some other issues, and so my grass right now really doesn't look that great. My house looks awesome, but my grass doesn't look that great. So I'm like, I need longer strips. Guess what? I'm going to Google, right? I'm going to find some companies, start calling today. I'm like, who, you know, come out, give me a quote, right? Tell me what you can do for me. Walk around my yard with me. Show me, you know, show me what you can do. I'm a buyer, right? Like I'm ready to go. I got patchy spots in the front. Looks like crap here. So let's do this. And guess what? That's not going away. People need plumbers and roofers and lawn care and you know, foundation repair and water damage. They need a dumpster rental, and there's all these things. There's thousands of categories out there where people need service for. And if you look at
I mean, there's
it's wide open. It's wide open.
There are screenshots I've seen people post, and generally it's like, for example, they go, AI is taking over, it's getting rid of 3-pack stuff. I'm like, if you look at the keyword you just typed up, bro, it's like, you know, how to build a lawnmower at the most cheapest rate. I mean, it's not like, you know, I need a plumber in Florida. I need a plumber in Orlando, Tallahassee, whatever. It's nothing related to actual local businesses. It's how to play Led Zeppelin's whatever song, you know, and then it spits out, you know, the AI spits out the information. Yeah, that's going to change, but information type business. But you're talking about business-based business, and to me, they're really disrupting affiliate marketing because if you look at most affiliate sites, they deserve to be de-indexed because they look like shit. They don't have really good content.
Somebody just wants to know a quick recommendation, or it's like, what's the price of this, or what? I mean, like those kind of queries can be answered very, very easily by an AI. And like, why do you need to go surf through 5 pages of stuff?
I mean, really, if you look at it, Google's been doing this for a long time already. Like people also ask is really AI. They go ahead, you know, how much does a plumber make in Orlando? And it has people also asking, gives you the the PAAs already there. That's AI.
People are just freaking out a little more because suddenly it's the big thing at the top of the page instead of just this little roll up a little further down.
Yeah. Exactly. So for me, it just seems like same old, same old. There is, there was a guy the other day, Eldar, you know, I mean, and
earlier today.
He's really good. I like him. He posted something he's been seeing like on in desktop is like some shifts, so like they're testing some things on GMB and stuff, but it's like me and another guy, he's like, how are you seeing the same thing in mobile? I'm like, no, I'm not seeing that in mobile. And really 90% of the users almost are all on mobile. They're not on desktop.
There's a lot of
just old folks are on desktop most of the time.
Hey, we'll take them all. Young or old, you need help. You want to be a lead, we welcome you.
Yep. So anything else really that you see changing, anything, or, because I seen someone the other day and they're like, they figured out reviews are not really helping that much without CTR, and I'm like, I'm not seeing that, bro.
From what I've seen. Yeah,
Maybe.
If you get review, here's the thing: if you just get reviews to a listing, it's gonna rank it. Like I shouldn't say it's solely gonna like rank it. It will give you movement. If it's a really competitive market, you're gonna need other things. But like example, I'll give away this example. The one I put at my house was a dumpster rental listing. It's only got 13 reviews, but it went from nowhere in maps. When it finally entered into maps, it was somewhere between 60 and 80. Not good. You're not getting anything. And after 10 days, about a review every day, it was ranking for a couple miles. And then as those last few reviews came on, I say last few, I just thought, I just kind of stopped working to get reviews after that, because once there was 13 reviews, wham, #1 over the whole city. Now, well, how big is the city? How competitive? Well, it's dumpster rentals. I mean, in huge cities, it's very competitive. In smaller, medium cities, not as much. But I'm beating out Waste Management, which is like a multi-billion-dollar company in the U.S. here. Not a slouch company. Beating all the others. And guess what? No website, no citation. Haven't done any of that stuff yet. Right?
Yeah, I think what happens, what most people understand, is like they think of, for example, I'm just doing reviews.
Yeah.
And reality, in my opinion, is if you're doing reviews, you're probably also doing CTR. If you actually know what CTR is, but these guys out here talk about you need to do reviews plus CTR. But if you actually go, what is a review? Okay, you put a review on there, and what happens? Someone's going to see the review. They click on the review. That's CTR. Then after they click on the review, they might click on some post. That's more CTR. Then they might click on a phone number. That's CTR. Now, do I have to do a review plus a tool? No, I don't have to, because what should naturally happen, once you get more social proof on there, people are going to start clicking on those reviews to see, especially when they start seeing your listing. I personally think a lot of the reviews that are actually falling off is because you're using crappy accounts and they look spammy. You can't go in there sometimes and, post a review that looks like it's written by an SEO. I mean, I can't go in there and be like, let's say, for example, Matt Versteeg and his SEO company is the most amazing SEO company in all of Florida. I'm so thankful I used Matt Versteeg and his SEO agency. They're totally dominating with my SEO campaigns. That's stupid. No one writes like that, bro. Yeah. And, make it look more natural. Like, thankful I met Matt and his SEO team. They did a wonderful job for me. Much appreciated. It's not keyword stuff. It sounds more natural. And most people don't think of those things. But CTR, if you really look at it,
try to SEO so much that it just...
There's no human interaction. There's no human depth to nothing. I was just talking to someone about this last night. What's the difference between good content and sucky content? AI can write sucky content. It's just, here's the facts, but it doesn't tell you, depth. We're talking about, for example, hiking boots. What's the best hiking boots? AI will give you information. But if you actually go, well, Matt and William went hiking the other day in the Appalachian Mountains, and we actually tried out some new boots that we got. They're these. And what we didn't like about them was this, and this, and different content and stuff. So, but other than that, we haven't been seeing too much. I mean, we just signed a client with 100 plus. So, I mean, we deal with things at a much higher volume. So it's like, if we're going to see something that's going to affect something, generally it's, we'll notice it very fast.
These are just working heavily. And I will say this, people that they'll talk about this, but if they don't ranking loss, to the reviews are helping to push the listing.
Well,
Why is Google tagging you, right?
yeah.
They tag you because they work for ranking.
Yeah.
Tag nothing. Them because they know that these things work.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like if you're a lot of these people, oh, I had 100 reviews and I lost a bunch of them. Well, do you have a review maintenance policy? Are you maintaining your reviews? Are you actually putting more reviews every month? Are you actually, are you just, I'm going to go buy 100 reviews and I slapped them up there one time and now they start dropping off? No shit. They're going to eventually start dropping off. Even authentic reviews will start dropping off. Much less these, things that people put up. But we haven't really seen, our rates are about 80-something% stick. But the thing is, it's like get on a maintenance plan, and the ones that drop, we generally guarantee them for 60 days. After that, they drop. It's, get some new ones, man. But just don't go in there one time. It's like SEO. People thinking they get ranked one time is just going to stick. It may or may not stick, depending on you got competition coming in there.
There's legitimate businesses with legitimate reviews from their customers that will tell you that they've lost those reviews.
Yep.
Why?
On top of it, you have, let's say you're in dumpster rental niche and you're dominating an area. Well, you got Joe Schmo over here that's also in the dumpster rental niche, and you pissed him off because you've shoved him off of the top 3. And what do you think he's going to do? If he knows anything about SEO or knows anyone knows about SEO, they're going to go, you can report reviews with spam, you can report your listing, and they're going to try to get rid of you, because of, jealousy or whatever else. That's not something I encourage people to do, but there are people that have asked that very same thing in GME Pros when we've taught about it, is because they want to know, how can I just, get someone off of GMB? It's like, stop doing that crap, because what happens is someone does that. Yes, you're getting rid of the reviews, you might get rid of their listing and stuff, but then you affect their entire business and stuff. And even though it's easy to do, it's not something that you should be doing.
By being a better business person,
Correct.
Not just, hey, I want to win because I tore everybody else down and I'm the only one left. Right?
Stupid. I have people that will accuse me of that sort of thing, but I'm like, I have not got the time for that sort of stupid shit, bro. I just don't have time for it. Do better SEO, learn more about SEO. What are they doing better than you? If you're in the dumpster rental niche, go, who's the top 3 and what are they doing? What's their website look like? What's their layout look like? What's their offer? How many reviews they got? Do they even have reviews? They might not even have that many reviews. I've seen niches where you get in them and it's like 4 or 5 freaking reviews, 13 reviews. And I've seen other ones you get 500, 600 damn reviews. So it all depends from niche to niche. It's always remained the same with me. Is like SEO doesn't seem to change that much, even though when people screaming about AI, to me it's the same old, same old. I said something to someone the other day and they said about manipulating the SERPs. I said, not really. Yeah, you are manipulating the SERPs, but not really, because Google goes, which one of you top 20 people are giving our users information about what they're looking for? Or in this case, home services. If I'm looking for the #1 home service person with the best reviews and who talks about them the most, are you that individual? Most of the time, not. And therefore, you need to do SEO. SEO is nothing more than branding. You can call it manipulation or market domination or whatever you want to call it, but all it is branding. Did Nike manipulate the market? You can call it that if you want it, but ultimately it's just branding and being the #1 person they think of for, let's say, dumpster rental, plumber in your area and your niche. And I've seen times where people don't have a website and they're just using a GMB link, or they're using a Facebook, or they're using YouTube, and they're dominating the niche. They don't always have a website. I've told people, they come to me and they're like, for instance, they want a new website. I'm like, why do you want a new website? Well, it's ugly. I understand it might be ugly, but is it ranking? Is it generating leads? Okay, it's generating leads. Don't touch that damn thing. You know,
Exactly.
why are you touching it? It's going to make you going to lose rankings half the time when you touch stuff, and then it has to bounce back. But I mean,
Like
so
this dumpster
really,
listing I put in my house, it's getting a lead a day. No website or anything. It was just, what can you do with the GMB once it's up? Right? How quickly can you do something with the GMB once it's up? That's the whole point.
the only one I would say not do that with is going to be an SEO agency, because every time we get ours up, someone comes along, they're like, I'm just going to take it down. It's like, whatever, get over it, bro. we're honestly, we don't qualify for a GMB because we're an international company or whatever. But and honestly, one thing I did see, didn't really notice this until recently, but if you're a local, if you're a national company and you have a local GMB, it may actually affect your reach, from what I have seen. So what I did, I got rid of, someone took down the GMB, and then our rankings and everything shot up actually. So it's total opposite in that sense. So I'm just leaving it alone. Now the other thing you could possibly do if you were a national company, which is one of the things we talk about, is creating state and city pages, state service, state city, and then getting GMBs in every single city possible, that you can get. And there are ways to do that. And I know you go over that inside Rank More Clients. What is there anything new that you're going to be throwing in Rank More Clients? Because I know you got templates.
Yeah,
you go over GMB
actually.
verifications and.
Yeah, I've got a saying, which is reinstatements are the new verification, meaning it's an important skill set to know how to get a listing back into suspension proof a listing, because the value of a listing is so high, right? I mean, like, I put this listing up at my house just as an experiment, just to show my students what could happen from one single listing, right? Now they got dozens, hundreds, thousands of listings, but I wanted to show just the power of one listing. And I showed this one when people are in my challenge. Those of you that are watching, when you join the challenge, you'll actually get to see this listing and other listings of mine that I have ranked and exactly what I've done in order to rank them. And so this one in particular, it's getting a lead to about a lead and a half every single day. And so you don't want to lose
about 30 to 40 leads a month is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So 30 to 40 leads a month, and let's say your average ticket's only $100 even. That's good money.
So in this case, because I'm just selling the lead and it's dumpster rental, so it's a little bit lower. It's a lower price per niche. However, we have niches that are $100 to $400 a lead.
Yeah.
Right? This is considerably less than that. But again, this is like off of an hour's worth of work, putting this thing up at my house, getting some reviews.
Oh, even at $10 a lead, it's still $300, $400 a month. Exactly. And most people to even remotely make in the United States, $700 a month. I remember making $700 a week, right? You're talking, you're going to be putting in 40 hours a week to just make that. And you made that and putting it up once, and now it's ranking. So.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it in months. I mean, I just look at what it makes me, and then that, great, made a few $100, right?
Exactly.
But if you pick, if you put in effort and you pick higher dollar niches and you do proper area, I mean, if you really work it, yeah, of course, the potential is absolutely massive. It's not just a few $100 a month. But yeah, so one of the big things that's really new this is the 12th time actually that I'm running this challenge. So it's like time to fly. And it may be the last one that I run this year. If not, I'll do maybe one or two towards the end of the year, but we've got a baby coming in the next month. And so after this, it's like, I'm going to squeeze one more challenge in. I got a bunch of people that have been asking me like, hey, Matt, we need to get plugged in. We need some latest info. And I said, okay, I'll do one here at the end of this month. Starts on Monday, goes through next Friday, and so
it starts on this upcoming Monday. And then goes till
May
Friday.
29th, May 29th to June 2nd. So it's literally a week from today, and so it's next Monday through next Friday.
So I've
Yeah,
said that
reinstatement
I've
really
kind of
covers
said
those
this
guys.
before to our audience and stuff. And we started a class inside GMB Pros, one of them of which is GMB verifications. And we don't give away the verification, but we allow people to come in and ask questions. Well, I'm done this. How do I get around the video verification? I've done this. How do I? Okay, well, we're here to kind of help people because most of the time what happens is someone buys a verification and then it fails them, or for whatever reason it doesn't work
Mhm.
for them, and then they ain't got no one to help them. We're there to help them. And the guy,
Mhm.
we do sell methods and stuff like that in GMBs. So much so that I'm actually considering starting a whole new department at Rank Fortress just for that. But one of the things that why, in your opinion, because we've talked about this, why is reinstatement coming from the horse's mouth, if you will? Why is a reinstated GMB more powerful than a never been suspended GMB?
Mhm. It's more powerful because when your listing suspends and you're able to get it reinstated, somebody has actually put eyes on that at Google. So instead of sitting back and going, "Oh man, I hope they don't look at this GMB, I hope I don't get suspended," instead it's like, good, bad, or ugly. Here's my listing. Okay, fix whatever needs to be fixed, or hey, here's my proof of why this thing should exist. Once it's reinstated, now you've got a little bit of you've got a level of protection here. They're not completely bulletproof. They can still suspend again. However, they're much less likely to suspend because they've got eyes on it. They've seen your proof. They've dug into it. If there was something really blatant that they're like, no, we're not forgiving this, then you wouldn't have gotten the listing reinstated. So in many ways, it's kind of a blessing because it's this crisis that you have to go through. And then on the other side of it, you're like, okay, well, at least I've gone through that. And always, I tell people, always keep the email that they send you telling you that you have been reinstated. Screenshot it, keep it in your email. Make sure that you have that, because if you ever get suspended again, you come right back and you say, oh, this month, respond to that email if you've got the email. If somebody helped you do the reinstatement and it was done in your account, then at least make sure you get the screenshot of them saying it was successful. So you can open up another ticket and say, this must be a glitch. This must be a glitch because this thing is saying it's suspended again. Our customers are freaking out because they can't find us. My boss is going to fire me. And can we please get this thing back up today? Because I'm going to lose my job here otherwise, because my boss thinks I'm an idiot. Right? Blame it on somebody else. Blame it on a bad marketing company. Blame it on your boss. Blame it on, you can't blame COVID anymore. You used to be able to do that, but blame it on something, right? And let them humanize with you over this situation. And in doing so, you're going to get that listing back very, very quickly if it already gone through that process. The things that we teach inside challenge is, you've been in the challenge several times, but like I have new scripts, I have new templates. We cover not only getting listings verified, we cover ranking them, we cover site structure, how you set up lots of location landing pages, because that's really how I got my start. I was a magician. I was doing magic shows for parties and events, and I had no clue how to get bookings. I spun up a very simple website. This is many years ago. It was one of those crappy looking websites. And I thought, well, okay, Google ads, right? Google ads. And they were, we could just set up Google ads and you would absolutely get yourself a bunch of bookings. I think I must have missed the part where it said you needed to have a budget in there for the day. I blew $500 my first day, and I was just in barely out of high school, just in college. I didn't have I maybe only had $500, right? I didn't have any money then. And so it was like, oh shoot, pause those ads, and I got to figure out how to do this differently. That's when I figured out SEO, right? Just started testing things, trying things, but it started to work, right? And it started to rank locally in Southwest Florida where I lived. And so I started getting a couple bookings, and then every weekend, and then just expanded it out. Started ranking in other cities and putting other GMBs up. And I went from a couple shows a weekend to like 40 shows a month, and it was like wham. And I ended up getting shingles, and literally like having to cancel shows for a couple of weeks because I got so sick that I overworked myself. I was doing all these events, and I was making all this money. Right? I'm in college. I'm literally making at the time, I mean, 6 figures. I mean, it was more than my college professors were making. So that was pretty cool, right? I'm in school, and I'm like, I don't go to school anymore because I'm like making pretty good money on the side. My friends are all starting jobs for $40K a year or whatever, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Like this is much better. Except for the fact that I overworked myself, and so when I was out of work for a couple of weeks, couldn't do any shows because I was burned out from doing too many magic shows and going else.
Yeah.
So I realized the money was in the marketing, and I liked the marketing. It was kind of an art and science of figuring this stuff out. You know, there were scientific things that you could count on, but there was kind of an artistic element. Like, hey, if I can figure out a different way to do this that nobody else has figured out, I can be rewarded for that. And so I, tested and tweaked things and just kind of played around. And yeah, some things definitely didn't work, but some things absolutely worked. And the things that worked were expanding my site, getting a lot of pages, getting GMBs. I only had maybe 20 GMBs, major cities of the US. But when I flipped all those pages on, and I found this, outsourcer to help me do that years ago. I flipped all those pages on, and I had maybe 20 or so GMBs. I went from those a month per month.
That's insane.
My life changed. It was like, holy crap! I can go ahead and go from money making these magic shows, but working myself to the bone, to literally going, all right, I got 5,000 people here every single month that want to book a magic show. What the heck do I do with all these people?
Yeah, now that'd be life changing. That's something totally different.
It was just like it just sort of shocked me, but it took me into a different realm. I stopped doing magic shows, and I literally for a few years tested and tweaked, perfected my SEO. And I had all the time in the world because I wasn't doing shows anymore. I was just sending these leads to an entertainment agency that would book them and pay me for every single one of them. So it truly was passive income. And some of these folks listening are going to think, well, Matt, why are you even teaching classes now and doing all this other stuff? Because I got bored. Okay. Passive income is fantastic, but everybody needs a purpose. Everybody needs to be doing something. And for a few years there, I really didn't have any other purpose other than, all right, I'm going to send my weekly PayPal invoice to my buyer and see how much I made. And I got lazy. I sat around at my kitchen table. The plumber came over. He must have thought I was in a completely different kind of business because I could just see the wheels in his head going, what the hell is this guy doing? I'm doing work in his house, and he's basically in his pajamas, and he saw the car in the garage in the driveway, and like it was a pretty nice car. And meanwhile, my wife, we were newly married, but she wasn't working. She didn't need to work. She's never needed to work. And it's like he just, by the time he was done with his work, said, I got to ask you something. I said, what do you do? Because what do you do? And then I started to do some consulting, or I was like, okay, maybe I'll help a couple businesses. But I did that for a while, ran an agency. My passion was more on teaching. I love teaching this stuff. I love creating trainings. I love applying this stuff. And I do it on my own stuff so I can show people exactly what I do, and it works. And then I love teaching it. I mean, when I see people that go from, I had a guy recently, he went from, I think his best month ever in lead generation was like maybe $1,000 a month. Last month, he's like, Matt, I just made $4,000 this month. But this month, he's probably going to do $10,000 a month. And that, is that life changing? For me,
very much so. I mean, even for you, because it's like I've had students as of late. I have a couple of them that came to me, and it's like, I'm thankful for everything you've done. Because you get a lot of people that be like, they want to talk smack, but then you get other people that are just like, you've really changed my life. They went in the hospital. This happened, that happened, and stuff. I think you're a lot. In my opinion, maybe I step out of line, but you're a lot like me in the sense that you're not a typical SEO. You didn't get started in this as an SEO. You got started in this as a business person. So for someone like yourself, it's like you can do the SEO, but that's not like your mission.
I'm not the world's best SEO that you'll ever meet. Admittedly, I'm like, if you, those of you that are listening to this and you're like, hey man, I'm thinking of coming to your challenge. Are you the best SEO that I've ever met? Nope, definitely not. But I'm a strategist. I can show you how to make a lot of money with SEO. Most importantly, not being a slave to it.
Yeah.
I
And I
spend a
think that's
lot
the
of time
big
with my
difference
kids.
is
I spend a lot of time with my family. That's important to me.
you kind of break it down to a simpler, if you will, the layman terms, how to do it. Because a lot of the people that come in sometimes are not SEOs or agencies, they're just business people wanting to get more calls and stuff. And you started in it as a business owner, then learned about it, and then you came back and said, hey, I want to help other people. Versus I'm a techie guy and I learn really cool. I can manipulate Google, and you learn all the ins and outs and all the lingo. And then you open up an agency, and then you're the baddest SEO that ever graced God's green earth. It's a totally different, if you will, model. Whereas you're just trying to help business owners versus necessarily trying to be the best SEO or whatever.
People that want to do lead generation, make a business out of it. People that already have maybe an existing business that they want to scale. People even that have an agency that are just like, hey, you know what? I want to be able to, serve more clients and get better results. And it's really not about being the most technical SEO there ever was, because think of these companies, and I won't name them, but you know them. Even some folks listening here know these kind of companies or have seen them or heard that there are companies out there that are basically selling, I don't even want to call it SEO packages, because if you look at what they deliver, a lot of these just don't do anything. But there are these massive sales organizations that sell hundreds of millions of dollars of digital services. And
because what happens is, for the most part, even with us, I've told them, I said, the reason why we give you all these deliverables is because y'all ask for them. If you wanted me to do what I would do, I would tell you, say, get rid of all of this and only do these 4 or 5 things. But the problem is, most people are like, well, for instance, GMB posting. GMB posting is not going to make your ranking skyrocket. To me, for the most part, it's a freaking waste of time. But because you want to show the client, hey, I put in this many hours and blah, 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 therefore you do it. But if you actually pitch the client, I'm going to increase your calls. How much is your call? How much is your service worth? Oh, it's a $300 service. Well, what if I gave you 40 extra, sales? Oh, that's going to be, $10,000. So you're telling me, my $2,000 fee ain't worth making extra 10 grand a month? Are you nuts? Versus, hey, I'm going to give you 100 backlinks and this press release and this many GME posts and all this other stupid shit. But
I just had a buddy of mine who is the #1 salesperson for Tony Robbins come on and do a training for my students. He sold over $100 million for Tony Robbins. And and it's like, it's like all of the freaking features, like, it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. You sell with emotion. You sell with emotion. You figure out what's really important to people. That business owner that you're talking to, if you're running an agency or if you're selling leads, like, why is he even interested? Why is he remotely interested in this? Well, yeah, okay, he wants to make more money, but why does he want to make more money? So he can retire his wife from the job that she hates, right? So he can send his kids to a nicer school. So he can stop his parents from working, when they're 90 years old, right? So he can take his family on a vacation because they've never been on a vacation in 20 years, right? It's like
my mentor told me, and I tell him all the time, is like, answer the 4 questions. What do you want? When do you want it? What are you willing to do to get it? What are you willing to give up? And if you can talk to people on a more emotional basis and realize people make decisions based off of emotion, whether that's avoidance of something or whether that's because they want something, you're going to sell a lot more rather than coming in there and saying, I'm the #1 SEO agency and here's why and here's all my case studies. No one gives a shit about all your damn case studies, bro. Talk about them and what they want and what it would mean to them and how would it make them feel and all that other stuff. How does it feel to not be #1? How does it feel not to be able to have your wife stay at home and work, not have to work for some other person, stuff like that. So, but yeah,
people
so
always have money for what they want. They always have money for what they want.
Yeah.
People want
So I'm saying, if you don't believe it, go find someone that lives in the hood and they got a 60-inch widescrreen TV, 4K, but yet they live in the hood, but they got about a $5,000 TV sitting on their damn wall. And it's called priorities. So everybody's got money for what they actually want. So
100%.
Awesome discussion. Kirk says he's watching from Outsource Sharks headquarters. That's my brother, my partner, at our other agency, Outsource Sharks.
We got a question come in here too on Facebook that says, I was forced by a corporation to change name. They rebranded. I feel like it is affecting me very much. How badly does a name change affect my GMB? Well, I didn't see your name come in on this, but thanks for the question. How badly can a name change affect your GMB? Oh, it can affect it a lot. All right. So if you had relevance in your business name from a keyword or part of a keyword or talking about the niche, and let's say you rebranded, I don't know what you rebranded to, but let's say you had to rebrand it to just ABC Corporation, right? And there's nothing relevant there whatsoever. That can definitely hurt you. Not to mention, if you've basically done a whole pivot and now you're saying, hey, my brand is this, but it was this earlier. Brand is so important. You get this brand off and got a disconnect to where, hey, is out even like.
Yeah, it's all your mentions, all your citations, all your press, everything you've ever done that mentioned the old brand. Now you rebranded, it's definitely going to affect your rankings.
100%.
I've seen. Give you for example, a Facebook user. So one client couldn't get them ranked. Give you an example of this. It's such and such brand name. Like, why can we not get this person ranking? It's such an easy niche. It's not in a big city. Why can we not get them ranking? Well, if you actually looked, we wound up looking like, why not? So I typed in the actual brand name, LLC, and found out there was actually another brand in the area with the same name, with the same entity, same niche, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that can affect you. So it was like, you better choose a different brand name, business name, something, and start over with that. So, but yeah. So this upcoming Monday, not today, obviously, next Monday.
May 29th. May 29th to June 2nd.
To
It's always
June
a full
2nd.
house. And what was that?
Yep, June 2nd.
Yes. Yeah, May 29th to June 2nd is the 12th challenge, potentially the final challenge this year that I will run. Further challenges this fall or in the end of the year, pending. Just we'll see. We'll see if I do any more. So if you've attended before and you're looking for the most up-to-date strategies, get in on it. If you've never attended, well, you're in for a treat.
Now is the first time. You better get in it, because I know y'all. It's the other thing about it is, like, it's not just you talking. You have a private group, and then on top of it, you have other agency owners, other business owners that may say, hey, well, this didn't work in my niche, but this actually works. So you get actual live feedback from people that actually do work in your niche, or people that are doing SEO, or people that are just business owners that are actually doing this stuff as well. And then therefore they can actually tell you what does work, what doesn't work, that sort of thing, versus just someone saying, oh, that doesn't work, or you might want to try this. Well, if I could tell you, you get better advice from people that are actually doing this. And you get a lot of times from these closed masterminds and these groups. That's why a lot of people will get into them, is mainly because you're getting real feedback from real people versus, some Joe Schmo that's not really in your niche, doesn't really know your niche. So this upcoming Monday through Friday, if you're not there, it's in the YouTube description. You can go ahead and sign up. If you're in GMB Pros, I already sent that out. You're on my email list, I already sent it out. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, or you can reach out to Matt, and I'll gladly assist you, help you as much as we can. And we'll definitely be seeing y'all there on Monday, and we look forward to being in it. So until next time, guys, we will see y'all soon. Appreciate it, Matt. Thank you so much, buddy.
Thanks for having me on. Always great to chat with you, William, and love serving your students, and it's great to have another round of them joining us. So.
And you enjoy that new baby, because that new baby's right around the corner too. So
it is probably about a month away. So
which one this make? Baby 2, 3, 4?
Number four.
Wow,
My oldest son is 8. My daughter is 6. My little guy is almost 4. So there'll be a little bit of a bigger gap between the fourth one here. So
yeah, amazing.
yeah.
All right, I appreciate it, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Take care, William. Be good.
I have so many SEOs that hate me and say that I'm stealing their methods. They bitching and cry, labeling me SEO Black Hat. Was a nobody, now I'm at the top. Most wanted, most loved, bad business owners, and hated by most SEO opponents. You think you're an SEO god, but you're an SEO fraud. Guess I'm the SEO devil, shouting fuck the SEO guys. White hat SEO doesn't make sense, going with the goody goodies. Up in heaven dressed in white, I like black Tims, I like black hoodies. Fake SEOs up there probably have me on some real straight shit. No sleeping all day, no getting my dick licked. Hanging out with the goody two shoes.